And that is what they look like. And if you use the cinnamon, be careful touching your face because your face will be feeling a little bit spicy. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the Hobby Homestead. If you're new here, I'm Heather. So today we are going to work on rock candy. So we're going to get started with making some different flavors. I'm thinking about going with root beer, apple, raspberry, blueberry, and cinnamon. So we're going to get some little boxes made up for my son and his girlfriend. So let's get started as we make this rock candy this morning. Alrighty friends, so I have a small saucepan on the stove. To my saucepan, I want to add 1 cup of sugar, and it's just white granulated sugar, a half a cup of water, and then I want to add a 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. And we want to bring this to a rolling boil and boil it until the candy reaches 310 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's your cracking phase. So we will go ahead and get started with this. Okay friends, as you can see, we got this on a medium heat, and we want to get this up to 310 degrees. So it'll come to a rolling boil, and then we'll start monitoring our temp when it comes to a rolling boil. Alrighty, so we got it up to a boil, so now we just have to bring it up to 310 degrees, and right now we're sitting at about 250, so we got quite a few minutes left on this. And then once we get it up to that, we'll cut the heat off, we'll put our blue food coloring in, and then our blueberry flavor in. Alrighty guys, now we got our sugar up to the temp. It's at 311. I'm going to dump my whole thing of blueberry in here. And I'm only going to drop like 2 drops of blue food coloring in here. It smells amazing. I'm going to give it a good stir. Then I'm going to dump it on my parchment paper here. And after it cools, I'll break it up. And I'll put it in a bag with some powdered sugar and shake it up. So we're going to continue doing this with all the flavors I have over there, but I'm going to go ahead and get these pots washed up, and I will show you what everything looks like as soon as we're done. Alrighty friends, I got my last batch going on the stove here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a gallon size freezer bag here. This is my raspberry one. I'm going to put it in a freezer bag. And what I want to do, remove this, is I just want to break it. You can break it as fine as you want, but that's about as fine as I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in this bowl. Alrighty y'all, so we're going to take the blue raspberry and do the same thing. And I'm just going to dump it in my bowl here. Look at that. So I'm going to get the powdered sugar. I'm going to put powdered sugar in this. Alrighty friends, so we got the cinnamon, the raspberry, and the blue raspberry in here. I'm going to put some powdered sugar on this. And if you use the cinnamon, be careful touching your face because your face will be feeling a little bit spicy. And that is what they look like. So friends, I will have the recipe down in the description box. So now I'm going to get this cleaned up and we are going to get ready for a Bible study. Alrighty, friends, so our Bible verse is coming out of Luke chapter 2, verses 13 through 15. And it says, "Suddenly a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, 'Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace to those on whom his favor rests.' When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, 'Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about.'" So in this verse, it's letting the people know that Jesus is born, that the angels had told them that Jesus is born. So they're going to go see Jesus for themselves. So friends, until next time, I thank you for following along. Thank you for following my channel. I ask you to hit that like and that subscribe button. And we will see you next time. Have a very Merry Christmas and a blessed day.